Hey Aquarius, welcome to my channel Intuitive Tarot Empath. This is your general reading for May 2017. Before we get started, I just wanted to say a quick thank you to all of you who liked the video, subscribed to the channel, left comments, sent emails, watched. I mean, the reception to this has been amazing, and thank you so much for all of the support. It has been fantastic connecting with you guys. And hearing what's been going on in your lives. So thank you so much for sharing that with me. Keep it coming. I love it. So with that said, this is your general reading for May 2017. In the event that this does or does not resonate with you, you can go check out your videos for your sun, moon, and or rising signs, because one of those videos might resonate with you more, or those videos might give you some more clarity on situations and energies going on in your life. With that said, I'm going to shuffle the cards. You're more than welcome to fast forward through this part if this is not your thing. And we'll see what's going on for you for May 2017. All right, Aquarius. What is going on for Aquarius for love, health, money, work, travel, May 2017, Aquarius? May 2017, Aquarius. May 2017, Aquarius. Alright, so I'm going to shuffle a few more times. I don't know why I keep seeing the Eight of Cups, like you're walking away from something, but wait. Alright, I want to do it one more time. Wow, sticky cards. Alright, one more time. May 2017, Aquarius. Alright, so let's see what's going on. Alright, so we have the Lovers card. Interesting. Okay, Aquarius. Opening up with the Lovers and the Seven of Swords. We have the Six of Cups. The Three of Wands, I love that card. The Chariot in reverse. The Nine of Pentacles. Look at all of this yellow. The Four of Swords. The Ten of Wands in reverse. I like it. The Fool in reverse. And the Moon. Okay, so you have got so much yellow and so much good energy happening. All right, so let's see. So the energy surrounding you on the bottom of the deck for the month of May is the Queen of Cups in reverse. So I have a feeling that this is the Queen of Cups in reverse can sometimes be either you or a woman in your life, or a feminine energy in your life, who I keep getting the feeling that this is kind of like a domineering person, like someone who loves you so much that they like smother you almost. And it doesn't have to be a woman. It just has to, like, a cups kind of emotional energy. So somebody who, and what's interesting is that there is the Queen of Swords in reverse underneath her. So perhaps it's this person in your life who keeps coming in, because you also have the Two of Swords. So this energy that keeps coming in but then leaves, but then comes in and then leaves. But like every time they come in or leave, it's like they come back a new person. So it's like, I love you to the point of smothering, I'm cold. I love you to the point of smothering, I'm cold. So it's like, wait, which one of these people are you? And so you're in the process of making a decision about your own life right now, and you're very much focused on making a decision for yourself, putting yourself back in balance, The Six of Pentacles is all about balancing yourself, healing energies that lead to, or balance that leads to healing energies, or vice versa. And then we have the Devil in reverse. So perhaps there's a person in your life who exhibits kind of these hot and cold energies, that they want you when they want you and they don't when they don't. And sometimes, you think, oh, we're moving in the right direction with our relationship and everything's great, and then the next minute you can't contact them. And when they come back, you'll say something to them about, like, I really don't like when you do that, and they say, oh, get over it. Like this, all of a sudden they've like turned kind of this, you think you're making headway, and then they like turn on you a little bit. And the Devil in reverse is all about you kind of giving up the vices that shackle you to energies that no longer serve you. So walking away from the stuff that doesn't make you feel good, walking away from the stuff that you feel like you're chained to, in order to carve out a new path for yourself. So let's get into the cards here. All right, so we have here the Lover's card, and then crossing the Lover's card is the Seven of Swords. So the way that it all looks is, it looks like you're in the process this month of trying to get yourself into balance, and trying to, I want to even say, like, taking a meditative moment for yourself to listen to your intuition and to find balance within yourself through that kind of meditative energy. So I remember last month we were talking about how Aquarius was on this journey through non-traditional methods in order to find like new ways of doing things to make themselves feel better, and sort of like changing their lives through non-traditional methods. And so this month is about you having found those methods of like self-care and of taking care of yourself. And this goes for, like, this could have started all throughout April. This could have been like energies that are leading you all throughout the next couple of months, and all throughout until the end of May. So if it hasn't happened for you yet, expect it to be on the way. So we have here, the Lover's card is usually about like soulmate connection. So perhaps you met somebody, doesn't have to be a lover, could be though. Like you could have met a person, you could have met a friend, you could have met a doctor, you could have met, you could have met a boss. You could have met somebody who you connected with very quickly and very, almost like you met this person, you were like, I'm supposed to learn something from you. Like there's a connection here that happens very quickly. And there's also the Lover's card is also about decisions. So I think that you are presented with a decision that you have to make about all of the things that you've been learning. So I think that what's crossing you here is the Seven of Swords. So sevens are usually about the house of partnerships, so relationships, friends, enemies, business partnerships, lovers, marriages, all that kind of stuff. And the Six, which is the Lover's card, is about, in astrology, I'm talking about the natal chart, zodiac signs, that kind of stuff. In the astrological chart, the Six, which is the Lover's card, is about what we do every day, like our daily habits, how we take care of ourselves, what we eat, how we exercise, the kind of little day-to-day routines that we are invested in every day. So I think that you have a partner in your life who you've met within the last maybe couple of months, who has shown you perhaps a new way of doing things. And I think I have a distinct feeling that because you have been a kind of, I don't want to say hurt in the past because that's not the right word. I think that you maybe trusted implicitly people who then kind of gave you the runaround, and now you've met this person who has a lot to offer you by way of learning new methods of doing things, and you are like, should I trust this person? Are they just like a snake oil salesman? Are they trying to get away with something? Because you see here that the guy is kind of tiptoeing away from that little, almost looks like a almost looks like a circus community, but like leaving two behind and taking something. It's almost like sneaky, something sneaky about it. So I think that you might have a hard time trusting, because of what you've been through in the past, and because you have been working so hard to put yourself back together. So it's hard for you to trust somebody who comes in and says, oh, you're suffering from this, or you're going through this, or you want to learn this. I have the answers for you. Come with me. I want to show you. And you're like, what? You sure? I don't know. I don't know about this. And I think that it has something to do with your everyday routines, the way you take care of yourself, the way you move about in the world. And I think that you met this person who you have this like kind of this instant kind of snap connection with, because underneath those two present situation cards we have the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is about children, but it's also about it's about looking at the past, and like I think that right now you're looking at the past and you're reflecting on what you've been through, especially because we have the Four of Swords here, and that's a reflection card, a meditative card, taking yourself out of the rat race and taking a moment to really get your bearings mentally again. I think that you're looking at the past and you're thinking to yourself, I remember days before I felt the way I do now. Or looking back on the past and thinking almost nostalgically about what life was like before, this situation that put you in a place where you needed to look out non-traditional forms of returning balance into your life. But also, this is the soulmate connection card. So this person who you met, like I said, it's this instantaneous connection. I've known you before. I don't know from where. And this is kind of like the past life card. And once again, sixes about routine, daily routines, the way that you show up in the world, through the little things that you do for yourself, the way you eat, the way you move, the way you kind of go through your day. So I think that there was someone you met who's this like just the connection is insane, and you don't know if you should trust it because, you might have trusted somebody in this position before, whether it's a love relationship, whether it's, a doctor, whether it's, somebody in a position of authority that has things to share with you, in terms of the information that you're looking for about a specific instance. So here we have the Chariot card, and the Chariot card is once again about putting things back together. It's about kind of taking control of the things in your life that you need to balance out, because you have the light and the dark. You have this person who's trying to pull the reins in on those two human-faced lions. Very interesting. But I think that in the past, the reason why this is in reverse is because you might have felt as though, maybe you're looking at the past and you're thinking, I allowed people into my life who said that they would do good things for me, and maybe there's even a part of you that like misses being able to trust people the way you did in the past. Because when you did that, sadly, what it did for you was kind of brought you out of balance. And so you kept trying new things that you thought would lead you in the direction that you wanted to go, but it never did. And so there might have been frustration, and that's what got you to this Seven of Swords energy, where you're like, I just don't, like, you have to be, this is too good to be true. I just don't think that, this is possible. This could also be that, and I feel like this showed up for you in the last reading too, and this could also be that this person comes into your life and says, I have ways of doing things that you never thought of before, and you decide, because you're an air sign Aquarius, Aquarians are swords, that you could be saying, you know what, I'm going to take what I need from this, and I'm going to leave behind what I don't. I'm going to leave behind the past. And if this is the past, you see the two lions here, you're leaving behind those two swords that no longer serve you. So it's like maybe in fact you're coming back into, like, this person makes you feel a way that you haven't felt in a long time. And so you kind of had to move through like this point of trying to find balance through these new methods. So here you are trying to balance out your stuff, feeling like it's maybe taking a little bit longer than you really wanted. But ultimately, you set those boats out to sea and now you're waiting for them to come back. I love the Three of Wands because the Three of Wands is all about like reaping what you sow, like throwing those seeds into the ground and now you're harvesting, you're just waiting for those crops to come up. And so you see that it's yellow in the background, so you have it sunlit. Wands are about passion, and it's just that you're one wand away from creating that stability that you've been wanting. So I think that you have put some really powerful energy out into the world, and now you're just waiting for all of that energy to come back to you. And it's going to, in a really positive way, because in the future position we have the Nine of Pentacles. So I think it's been a while since Aquarians have felt this way, this feeling of like, I'm good on my own. Like, look at all of the work that I've done. And you'll notice that also we have the Three of Wands, and now we have the Nine of Pentacles, and it's a multiple of three. So, and nines are about coming to a completion, like coming to a climax. Like, you've been working on this for a long time, and you've been working really hard to get to a place where you can look at all of the things that you've worked so hard to obtain. This is a woman, or it's not necessary, this could also be a man. It doesn't, it's gender neutral, but it's all about like, I put all of my boats in the water, I sent them off to sea, I'm waiting for them to come back, and they've given me more than I ever could have wanted. So it's like you asking those questions that you need to ask, and putting yourself out in the world and meeting new people and researching things, and all of the ways that you've put yourself out into the world is now coming back to you, or is going to come back to you at least by the end of May, if it hasn't already begun to do so, in a way that you never thought possible. That you are happy. You are happy and in a place that you haven't been in a long time, confident, healthy, radiant. So you are steadily increasing all of the things that you need to make your life happy. We have a lot of multiples of three. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Lover's card. So getting yourself to a place of like goodness and wholeness and oneness and feeling safe and healthy in your skin again. And this is all through meeting somebody who you feel has the answers that you've been looking for this whole time. And it's lessons that you need to learn that you couldn't have learned unless you met this person. But it took for all of these things in the past to happen for you to meet that person. So now you're reaping the benefits of all of that energy that you've put in the world. I think that, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and she's kind of on her own. And I think that you are taking a time to just kind of reflect. So perhaps you're in counsel with this particular person who you might have met in March or April. And now you're taking kind of a respite to get your bearings, get your mind around what it is that you've just learned. Kind of taking in all of the research, taking in everything, ingesting it, metabolizing it, and kind of making it your own, so that you do have this Nine of Pentacles energy. And then you have the Ten of Wands in reverse. I love this card in reverse. It's literally like letting go of burdens. So you have been carrying around a lot of burdens for a very long time. And I think that the entrance of this person into your life has caused you to let go of those burdens. So you don't have to carry them around anymore. It's almost like somebody came into your life and said, you're not crazy. I feel the same way that you do. And you're like, holy shit, for real? And so you're like, I'm not alone. I feel like the Ten of Wands in reverse is the I'm not alone card. Or if you've been too stubborn to kind of let go of your wands, you finally met somebody who makes you feel as though it's safe to do so. And that, you're not crazy for feeling the way that you do. So I think that it's great. You're in a meditative state, you're reflecting on the past, you're reflecting on what you've learned over the past month or so, what you've learned in this past period of time. You're letting go, you're letting your guard down. You're realizing that you don't, in fact, have to do everything on your own, that you can, be surrounded by people who have your best interest at heart and who want to see you succeed and, aren't, and here you are on your own, just good and happy and healthy. We have the Fool card in reverse. So once again, I think that you're afraid that you're going to let someone get the best of you. I think that in the upright position, we have that perhaps foolishly, in a childlike way, maybe you allowed people to kind of take the reins, so to speak, on things that you should have had more control over in the past. And I think that there might be a fear in you that you're kind of opening yourself up to that again if you don't watch out. But I think that you're not the same person that you were before, and so you're never going to let that happen again. So trust that the Fool energy, like, you're in such a good place right now. Trust that you are able to make really sound decisions for yourself. That's what you're doing for yourself right now. You're taking what you've been told, you're taking what you want, and you're leaving behind what you don't. And so here you have those swords. I'm going to think about this. I'm going to think about what you told me. I'm going to consider how that works in my life, if I want it there, if it speaks to me in a way that's going to, enact itself positively in my life. So, you're open to new opportunities, but you're also not going to be played for a fool, it's good. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. The outcome is the Moon card. So I have a feeling that what's going to happen is that you meet this person. I don't think that they're going to be in your life necessarily forever. I think that you're going to have this encounter with them. It might last, a little while. It might last forever. You never know. But I have a feeling that what they're going to have the power to do is to help you trust in your intuition again. And I think that the Moon is all about intuition. It's about that kind of intrinsic knowledge of what's best for us. And I think that because you've been thrown for a loop so many times, you got to a place where you stopped trusting yourself. Not only did you stop trusting other people, but you stopped trusting yourself. And I think that the journey that you're on right now is bringing you to a place where you're like, right, I am an intuitive person. I am in tune with my body and my my mind, and I do know what's best for me, and I, do know how to get there. And I think that this person is going to help you find that in yourself if you've lost it for whatever reason, because you've been beaten up, so to speak, in the past. And I think that, this person, the kind of hot and cold person, I don't know why. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what that person has to do with all of this. There could also be that there's two different people. There could be like this watery, nurturing Queen of Cups energy, and there could also be this kind of logical, cold, reasonable Queen of Swords energy. So I think that perhaps this could be you kind of balancing out the two sides of yourself, and sometimes feeling like you're a little too open with this person who's kind of you've opened the door for in your life. So perhaps you're being kind of hot and cold with them, or you're dealing with somebody who's hot and cold, which is making you have like difficulty trusting them. Or perhaps there's two different people, one of whom you find very nurturing, the other of which you find more precise, more logical. Their bedside manner might be a little bit cold, so to speak. And so here you are kind of making a decision between who it is that you're going to trust. But I think that however that all plays out, I think that ultimately you're going to learn to trust in yourself again. You're going to learn to trust in your intuition, and you're no longer going to feel the need to rely so heavily on other people to inform the decisions that you're making about yourself and your well-being. The Moon card can also sometimes be a little bit of a trickster. So I think that once again, the energy that's coming through is this fear that you're going to be tricked again. but you're not going to let that happen. All right, so let's see. I would like to pull some, clarification cards on the moon card and see what that's about. So I have the Lenormand Tarot deck. I'm going to shuffle it a few times, and then I'm going to pull 3 cards and see what they have to say about that moon. That moon card. But I really do think that the moon speaks to intuitions that you have about yourself, like finally finding the space to sit quietly with your own thoughts and reflect on what's been going on and kind of dig down deep and realize that, like, the power was within me all along. And sometimes, we need people to bring that out in us. The signs are everywhere. All right, so let's see. The moon. Yeah, it's very, like, it's not very watery energy, but between the Queen of Cups card and the Moon card, which has water in it, there is this kind of watery, emotional energy. And I think it's interesting, the Moon card also has these 2 kind of towers in the background. So it's almost like walking through a new door. Like a new opportunity has been opened to you that wasn't there before. And it only could have been presented by this person being in your life. So you were supposed to meet this person. They had a lot to teach you. So if you haven't met this person yet, you'll know it when you meet them. It'll be an instant connection, like a soulmate connection. And remember, soulmates aren't necessarily meant to stick around for our entire lives. Sometimes they hang out for a week. I've had that happen before. But they come in and they're meant to teach you the lessons that you're supposed to learn. And if you learn them, then they go away. And that's okay. It doesn't, then they've done what they were supposed to do, and you'll see them in another lifetime. Bye, Felicia. Alright, so Alright, so normally I like to do this until the cards flip out, but they didn't really want to flip out today, so I'm not going to force them. So, as I say that, how funny. Moon on moon. Alright, so this really is about, you see the sheep with their shepherd? This is really about following your intuition because, sheep follow the shepherd. You can play hide and seek with us. So I was traveling over the summer and I met somebody who was from New Zealand, and she told me that she had a sheep, a baby lamb, when she was a kid, and she said that she used to play hide and seek with the lamb because lambs are constantly just trying to find you because that's kind of, they're just looking for something to follow. So I thought that was pretty funny, and it made me really want a baby lamb. All right, anyway, so let's see about these moon cards. All right, so this is the last one. All right, so the moon, the ring, and the dog. So this is a person who you can trust. This person who has come into your life does have your best interest at heart. They're loyal. They're passionate about the same things that you are, and they're interested in helping you figure out interested in helping you figure out what the answers to your questions are. The dog card is about somebody in your life who's very loyal. They call dogs man's best friend. So, this is somebody who comes into your life to teach you a lesson. They do have your best interest at heart. So, don't think that they're trying to trick you. The ring is about, oddly enough, is about engagements. So, not necessarily, this could be a love reading. You could be getting married. But I think that more to the effect of what's going on in here, I think that this is just like an offering of because you have, okay, so once again, the 25 in the corner is 2 and 5 is 7, so it's about a partnership. So once again, could be any partnership, friendship, love interest, doctor, parent. So it's an offering or an extension of love from this person to you. And they might not even say, I love you. They might even show it to you through their actions. And especially dogs don't speak English. Dogs don't say I love you, but you can tell through their actions that they do. The same way that a sheep a beautiful little baby lamb. Doesn't say I love you, but it does follow you around and it won't leave you alone. So there's this feeling that like you're not alone, that you're very connected to this person, that they have your best interest at heart, and that their offerings to you, the things, the actions that they do, and the way that they kind of offer themselves up to you. I'm sorry, I'm moving the camera so you can see this a little bit better. My camera is awful. Anyway, so their offerings to you are out of loyalty and love, and so they have your best interest at heart. And you, through your relationship with this person, are going to start to feel more confident and comfortable in yourself. And it's going to kind of get you to the next level in the journey that you're on. So I think that this is great. And you know what? Because the dogs are so loyal, this might even be something that ends up being a lifetime friendship or a lifetime relationship. Especially we have the Lovers here, we have the Six of Cups. So, it is a soulmate connection. It might last a lifetime unless you learn the lesson that you're supposed to learn from this person. And then you're kind of, thanks. Thanks for teaching me that lesson. All right. So I'm going to shuffle the Guardian Angel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue. And let's see what pops out. See what messages are for. Okay, so 2 cards popped out. Oh my god, that is a very scary looking card. Alright, so we have the Guardian of Thought. Tell me that that's not like a little bit terrifying. Alright, so I'm going to read to you what's on the bottom of the card. So Guardian of Thought. You may be called upon to be a spokesperson for a cause close to your heart. Your angels will give you the perfect words, and you'll do brilliantly. You may be asked to be a mentor or find one for yourself. This situation involves someone who's professional with a positive attitude and fresh ideas. This person, who could be you, may be emotionally unavailable. Emotionally unavailable? Yeah, interesting. So perhaps the person that you seek out for yourself is someone of that nature. Like I said, I'm getting the vibe that this is a very mentor-y kind of reading, that it's not a love reading. So Guardian of Thought. There is a little book that goes along with this, so I just want to read the message that's in the book for you guys. Guardian of Thought. So the Guardian of Thought is equivalent to the King of Swords. So situations, you're being called upon to be a spokesperson for the cause closest to your heart. So if you've been studying something, either you're going to look for a mentor this month to help you kind of push along your study. Could be, I have a feeling that it has to do with like health and spirituality and that kind of stuff. So, you're trying to get yourself to a point where at some point you will actually be able to speak very, very eloquently on this particular matter that you're in the process of figuring out. So let's see. So you have important things to say and people need to hear them. Don't worry, as your angels will give you the perfect words to say in any situation if you ask them for help. Time has given you the experience and expertise to be a natural-born leader, teacher, and mentor to those around you. You have all the right words, so speak up. People, someone experienced who can provide advice that you can completely trust. Didn't we just talk about that? A seasoned professional with a positive attitude, fresh ideas, and a brilliant mind. A charismatic and inspiring speaker who's worthy of respect. Fair and impartial, possibly a little emotionally unavailable. Additional meanings of this card: standing up for what's right, scientists or college professors, being out of touch with your feelings. So I don't think that you're necessarily going to be out of touch with your feelings, but perhaps the person who you kind of enlist for help is going to be a little like I said, they're going to be totally nurturing one minute and then could possibly be just like kind of cold and callous the next. But it's not about you. All right, so the other card that flipped out is the Four of Abundance. So this is the Four of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, which is about kind of, I want to call it the scrolling up card. Like you scroll up all the things that are yours and you kind of hold on to them. They call it the Miser card. I don't really like that, but it's like mine, mine, mine. So here we go. So it's time to reflect upon your relationship with money. Are you spending it too freely, or are you holding on to it too tightly? This can also relate to how you give of yourself to others. Is your heart open? Are you holding back? Your hard work and wise investments will bring great success. So, if you are having issues trusting this person because you've been burned so much in the past, as you're trying to find answers to your questions, consider the fact that this person actually has your best interest at heart. And in fact, you need to be a little bit more open with them. Even if they do, I think that maybe the thing that stops you from trusting them completely are those moments when they can be kind of cold and callous. All right, so in the book it says, this card asks you to pause and reflect on your relationship with money. Are you spending it too freely, or are you tucking it away a bit too frugally when it might be used to bring you joy? It's important to look at your financial health in a balanced way to be prepared for the future, but not to the extent that you're not living life to its fullest in the here and now. So not necessarily, like, it could be about money, but also about living a balanced life, I think, is the message of this. This is true whether your resources are related to money, energy, or emotion. So you can also ask yourself, am I giving of myself emotionally too freely, or am I holding back too much? It's very important to be charitable to worthy organizations, as well as to individuals in need. Consider volunteering your time or money to causes that you feel strongly about. Additional meanings of this card: wise investing, worrying about money, good business judgment, being too controlling, hard work that pays off. So I think that Four of Abundance card is mostly about, like, how much energy are you giving up versus how much energy should you be giving up. Working hard to find your balance, which we talked about earlier. But also getting yourself to a place where you're going to be just as knowledgeable on a subject as this person that you're seeking out to help you learn. So with that said, Aquarius, this is looking to be a superb month for you guys. I'm super excited. I think that a lot of the answers that you've been, wait, let me try that again. So a lot of the questions that you've had, you're going to be finding the answers to all throughout April until the end of May. And even maybe in the first 2 weeks or so of June, because that's how far the energy can kind of extend. So, look out for people who can affect change in your life that you've been looking for a long time. And trust that when you find that connection, that kind of instantaneous snap soulmate connection, keep your eyes wide open, but trust that this person really does have your best interest at heart. So with that said, I would love to hear from you guys. So please keep commenting, keep liking, keep subscribing. Most importantly, please email me. I love to hear your stories. I'm so interested in all of them. So you can email me at intuitivetarotempath@gmail.com. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can check out my website, intuitivetarotempath.com. So with that said, this is your May 2017 reading. I had so much fun doing it for you, and I hope that you have an amazing month. I'll see you guys in June. Bye.